So this is the continuation of our trouser block. From this line now, from here, measure what you have to the close extension, come down and also mark it again. This is when you are sewing a pallazo. Then you mark a straight line. Now from the back extension, measure what you have to the hip line. Now the next thing since it's pallazo, whenever you're making a pallazo, always extend your crotch line, because pallazo is a free trouser, so even the crotch line don't need to be tight. So what we are going to do here now, from this point, go out 0.5 inches, then come down 0.5 inches. This is because we are making a pallazo. Notice what I did there now. So for the front, come out 0.25 and go down 0.5. The same going down, so that it will, the length of the distance, the trouser will still match together, but you're coming out 0.25. So you reconnect. If you cannot be able to reconnect back with your armhole, just use your free hand to reconnect it back. You see what I just did there? Now this one, now we'll measure it again, because I've come out by 0.25. So ignore the first line. It's the second line that I will now be using. Notice what I am doing now. This is only when you are sewing a pallazo, but even if you use it on your free fitted trouser, there is no problem. But fitted trouser, the order of our pattern is very okay. This is because it's a pallazo. So measure what you have from this point to that center line. Measure it on the down one, on the hemline, then join it together. So with this, we are done with our pallazo trouser. Pallazo is a very simple trouser, just a straight down. Now we go over to fitted trouser. Now if you're making a fitted trouser, from that point now, go in front 0.35, back 0.35. Then from that, your hip connects to the point that's going out. This is just to make the trouser, it's a fitted trouser, you don't need to go straight. You see the way I'm connecting it now. Now measure what you have from that your connection, get the middle point. This is only when you are sewing a fitted trouser. Pallazo, you just cut everything straight. Now you are getting a midpoint. Mark whatever thing you have. Measure from the line that is straight. If you notice, I'm measuring from that straight side. From that point here. From this point, that is what you measure. Because already from that upper part now, I've come in by 0.35. So now go ahead and connect everything together. Just follow my step. If you're not understanding my voiceover, follow my step, you understand it very well. So I've connected that. I will go ahead and do the same thing to the back. So use your straight needle and connect it. So now coming to the knee line now. For our knee we have 18 inches. 18 divided by 2, just measure your knee, know what you have. Measure it freely, you don't tight it. So whatever thing you have, you minus 0.5 from your front. You know our back is always bigger than our front whenever you're sewing a trouser. So for the front, minus 0.5. Then after minusing 0.5, you still divide it by 2 because you're sharing it for the two sides that you measured. Now for the back, that 0.5 you minus from your front, go and add it to the back. And you notice that our back will be 1 inch bigger than our front. You see what I'm doing now? Just put whatever thing you get. For our back, I think for the back we have 9.5. We have 9.5. That 9.5 will further divide it by 2 to share it between that 2 points. So do the same thing to the front. Then that same thing, measure your ankle. Whatever thing you have for your ankle, divide it by 2. Then that's what I'm doing. I have 13 for my ankle. I divided by 2. I have 6.5. For front, minus 0.5. The same thing, exactly the same thing. Then add that 0.5 to the back. This is just so simple, so that our back will always be 1 inch bigger than our front. So go ahead and impute what you get as your answer. We have different measurements, so you measure your own. It depends on what you get. So now this is that's our hip curve. In case if you don't have this trouser curve, see the way I am putting my curve. Please don't use that side that is so curvy. See, no, not that way, this way. Then connect it. As you are connecting it now, make sure that the 2 points, that point that you mark and that point, they are matching together. Then you connect it this way. You see what I'm doing? First connect to the ankle. Use your hand to bend it very well. Then do the same thing, turn it the other way around. So now I'm using that outside, that extension that I went in. Then go down straight. Go down straight. See what we've got here now. You see what we've done. So go ahead and do the same thing to the back. So if you have watched to this point, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on your notification bell to be notified each time we upload a new video. And to my returning subscribers, thank you for always being there for us. So now the next thing we'll do is to continue connecting. Connect all the points. This trouser, we started from the part 1. You will see where we did the first one to this point. So do well to watch the first one before this second one. This is just the part 2 of the trouser block. Just see the way I'm connecting everything. So it's already looking very fine. So this is your trouser, fitted trouser, the normal trouser block. Now if you want it to be stretched, you know there are some trousers that you see that from the knee down to the hem is a stretched one. So that is what I'm trying to show you how to do now. Measure what you have for the knee, come and measure exactly what to the hem and mark it with a straight line. It's as simple as that. You notice what I'm doing. This is one you want from the knee to the hem to be straight. Once you connect to the knee length, just mark a straight line. Do the same thing to the back, and that is just it for your straight trouser from the knee. So go ahead and cut it out. So why I'm cutting it, because I want to show you how you can trace this upper part that cross to each other, how you can do it without using a tracing paper, because I find it difficult every time. After sewing, you start tracing. It's so stressful and so annoying. So I normally use this method. You see what I did? Is it that you put it there, use a tracing paper, your tracing wheel, and connect it, or you just cut it out. You see, I've already cut it out. Then I'll use a masking tape now. So I think I cut the back complete. Yes, I cut the back complete. It's now the front side that I remove. Measure what you have from that point now to complete your front part. Measure it and come and measure it back to the upper parts. But first secure it with your masking tape. You see what I'm doing? So measure what you have from that point. Whatever thing you have from that point now, measure it back. Then connect it back to your hip line using your hip curve. This is for those that their hip, this thing cross, so the west side cross. You see what we have there? Easy peasy. So go ahead and cut it out. Now there is something again that is remaining. We need to cut out our balance factor. The balance factor only in the front side. Now the reason is to make the front balance very well. You know, the front, like I used to say, the front contains stomach and all those things. So now normally I don't sew my front dart. I've already closed it. I've closed it. So now the next thing I will do after closing it, I will come down now. I'll come down from this point. Now I will come down by 0.75 or 0.5 depending on how big the person is. Then connect it to that point. You see what we have there? So this is the more reason I don't sew the front dart. By the time you finish cutting all these things, the dart will just remain a very tiny something. So this is what we have. Thanks for watching.